Welcome back to Sea Stories with Mr. Durite. I'm your host, Mr. Durite. I may laugh and joke around with you when I'm telling my sea stories and everything, but I don't joke around and I don't kid when it comes down to Memorial Day and honoring our fellow shipmates. People seem to have forgotten why they're out there barbecuing or going by furniture and everything, when really this is supposed to be meant to honor our fallen service members that paved the way for our freedom. So let's pass on telling each other Happy Memorial Day, and let's honor those men and women that have sacrificed everything for our freedom. I did some research on Memorial Day, which originally was called Decoration Day. The history is kind of sketchy because there was a lot of different towns and cities claiming to be the first one to start Memorial Day. And there was also an interesting story about how ex-slaves were the ones to initiate Memorial Day. But that's neither here nor there, you know. But what I did like and what I did find out was where it was originally initiated. How about that? So I'm gonna read this to you. Bear with me. Major General John A. Logan, the Commander-in-Chief of the Grand Army of the Republic and a political leader, ordered for his post to decorate graves with the choicest flowers of springtime. He went on to say, and I quote, "We should guard their graves with sacred vigilance. Let pleasant paths invite the coming and going of reverent visitors and fond mourners. Let no neglect, no ravages of time testify to the present or to the coming generations that we have forgotten as a people the cost of a free and undivided republic." I have a list scrolling right here, and that list is showing the different submarines that were lost since World War II and the amount of people that were lost. We honor all our fallen service members, but the list is too long and the names are too many. So today we honor our fellow bubbleheads. It's hard to honor every service man and woman that has given their life in the line of duty. I can only do what I can do, and for right now, these are the people that I'm gonna honor today. So, my story, I remember being on the boat, and I remember sub-school, we talked about the thresher. We didn't really get into it a lot. On the boat, we were doing training, and we always do training of lessons learned from things that happen to other boats. And one of those lessons learned was the thresher. And we were watching a video, and they were talking about it and discussing different things. But the eeriest thing that happened, they had an audio segment on the video, and it was audio from that day from one of the surface ships that was along with the thresher, and they were recording the underwater telephone. Now, if you don't know what an underwater telephone is, all it is just an acoustic means of listening to sound underwater. That's the best way to put it. Reason we call it a telephone because we use it to communicate with other ships, either submerged or on the surface. You can actually talk on it. It will transmit sound through the water, and the other ship can pick it up and they can hear it, and we can communicate. So they were recording the underwater telephone as the thresher was passing crush depth. And don't ask me what crush depth is. You can look it up. I don't know if you're gonna get an answer to what crush depth is, but if it doesn't sound good, it's because it wasn't good. As they went past crush depth, only sounds that you heard over the underwater telephone was the bulkheads collapsing. Now, when we heard this, we were underway, submerged. I don't know, I could see 1,000 horror movies, you know, Freddy Krueger and all this other stuff, and that is not as frightening as being underway and listening to a submarine's bulkheads collapsing. I mean, Hollywood couldn't recreate this whatsoever. I mean, that eerie sound just scared the hell out of me, and your heart just sunk for all those sailors that were still on board, having to live their last minutes like that. And it's just terrible. I really and truthfully, I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I tell you what, I even took it for granted. But we had a really dangerous job out there. You know, the most hostile environment in the world. I mean, you might as well be in outer space, because if something happens, nobody can get to you. You know, if we had a fire on board, we had to deal with it, because there was nobody else that was going to deal with it but us. And if we didn't deal with it, we were in trouble. And you probably will never hear from us again. If something goes down, if you don't do anything about it just right then and there, that's going to be it. And there's a lot of water out there. I don't think I didn't think about it every day I was out there. It was really crazy. I think about those guys that's out there doing it now, you know. I always hope for them to come back into port every time they go out. I always want them to be able to come back home to their families, friends, loved ones, every time, you know. And all I can say is, if you're still in there, be careful, do your job the best that you can do, and come home. If you were in, then you know you shared my same feelings. I mean, we kid and joke, we give each other crap, but end of the day, we give a shit about each other. That's why I give a shit about the brothers and sisters that came before me that laid down their lives for us. I appreciate y'all every day, and I haven't forgot. I might not even know you, but I haven't forgot you. My name is Mr. Durite, aka Kevin Stewart. My show, Sea Stories with Mr. Durite. And, you know, from here on out, I want to end the show. It's free, but it ain't cheap. Something my old captain used to say, Commander Bryant, and he said it every day. I mean, he wore it out. We could say it in our sleep. He said it so much. Maybe it was his catchphrase or something like that, and we didn't really take it serious. But you get older, you start thinking about stuff, and it start making sense. And today, that saying is more prevalent than any other time. Till next time.